Hi guys, just thought I'd do an educational video for you on how to keep training through lockdown as intense as possible, in line with your goals of trying to either get in better shape or get leaner. There are some methods that I would try and implement if you have either limited equipment or limited weights available. So basically what I'd suggest is either so your rest period. Normally I suggest is go when you're ready for the next set. But what I'd suggest with a rest period during lockdown training is just making sure that it is as quick and as intense as possible. So you could do it after 20 to 30 seconds rest, and then ready to go again. The next thing I would suggest doing is number of sets of each exercise. Normally I do either a one all-out set and then a back off. So there's just 2 sets. So you might want to increase that to 3 or 4 just to get more out of the muscle than you would normally by just doing 1 or 2 sets in your either garage or at home. Another thing is quite important, or something you could use, is eccentric loading. So the eccentric phase of the movement is either for a press up, it's the phase going down. So if you were to control that, it would put more pressure through the muscle. So therefore, if you can try and do a 5-second eccentric squat or press up or anything like that, where you can just try and accumulate more stress on the muscle, that's basically how you can just make it a little bit more intense. And then I would use something called I call them set extenders. So there's just basically either a superset, drop set, or a rest pause. So a superset is where you would say you're doing a chest fly or with the dumbbells, or if as one example, and then you could superset that with a press up, or you could do a lunge with a squat. So that's a superset where you are basically going from one movement straight into the next, just to cause more stress to the muscle. A drop set, if you do have different varieties of weights, you could do a squat variation, either a back squat variation with a barbell. You could put 220 plates on either side, do as many reps as possible with that, and then you basically just drop the load. I'll drop 50% of the load off and then just rep that for as many reps as possible. And then a rest pause. It's going to be quite dependent on what you do actually have available to you. But if you did have a barbell and you were doing chest press or something like that, you could do your rest pause just by doing 6 reps or 8 reps to failure, and then making sure you're actually getting to failure. And the rest pause will be going back in with the same weight, same set, and just trying to get 2, 2 or 3 reps more. I would advise possibly having a spotter in place on the rest pause sets, just because if you do fail and you can't get it back up, then obviously you're stuck. So hopefully these tips will be helpful to keep your training as intense as possible through lockdown. And if you do have any questions, then either DM me or book a consultation call on my link in my bio, and then hopefully we can have a conversation. Thank you.